Save your business from being super busy in December and not making any profit with these key tips. There's seasonal businesses everywhere, but like there's seasonal trends in markets as well. And for as long as I've been involved in business, that final quarter of the year has always been the strongest for, the trades and construction space. And there's absolutely no reason to think it will be any different in the coming weeks and months, which means there's going to be plenty of opportunity coming. And today I think we're going to talk about how do we capitalize and make the most of that opportunity that comes.
Not just now, not just in the busy time, but on the long game play. I had sessions this week with 3 of my air conditioning clients, and all 3 of them had record winters. And a big part of this play for us was that in summer, we had a very systematic process to book in work, maintenance, or whatever it might be from those initial jobs that were done then in the quieter months. So many people in business think about the short game play. They think about right now, as opposed to having a long play mindset.
That mindset makes everything different. A lot of people, they're stuck in the right now mindset, which is like, how do I get out of this job? So they miss that upsell opportunity. And they're just like, I don't have time right now. Do not go away from that upsell process. And now everyone here is sitting like, yeah, but I don't have time to do the work. And I'm like, brilliant. That's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to identify the opportunities right now, and we're going to put them into a quote funnel. And then in that really soft start of January or February, when we're really scratching around looking for work, we have this absolute well of clients that we have serviced in October, November, December that we can come back to and refresh them on some of the opportunities that we found last time we were at their site.
Now, you talked about this on Tuesday. You talked about creating some form of report that identifies all these things that you could do for a client. And what you're saying here is, hey, we don't actually have to go after this now. We don't have to create additional volume. But if we can just spend a couple of minutes going through the report, compiling the data, putting it in the right place, and then doing something with it after.
You just change your conversation and your tone with the customer. It's like, hey, this would be a really good idea for you. Yeah, it's not critical. Doesn't have to happen this week, mainly because I can't get here this week. But something to think about. And what I'll do is I'll flip you through a quote, and we'll stay in touch over the next couple of months, and we'll work out what the next steps are.
Yep, like it.
Dialogue shift. You're still tuned into the opportunity. Now you're building this well of work that you can go back to in those quieter months after Christmas.
Now, I mentioned it before, the air conditioning companies that had, their record months, record quarters in the winter break. One of the big strategies that they had in play was in summer, they actually booked those service and maintenance, those scheduled things in when they initially did it for 6 months down the track. Yeah. Do you find that's a good way to do it, to actually preload those months and then touch base with those clients?
Yeah, it should be. If you've got the booking, then that's one less thing that the customer has to think about. Then it's in your system. It's just a simple reminder call. Hey, we've got you scheduled in next week for our 6 monthly service. We'll see you on Wednesday morning. Almost like presumptuous, like assume the sale. Just be like, yep, this is already taken care of. This is what it is. And a lot of people will actually value that because most people see the value in getting things serviced and maintained. It's a good idea. They never have time to actually organize it. If you can take that friction out, you'll be amazed that people are like, oh, thanks so much.
I think something else that's important in this space is if we are booking people in for ongoing things, we have to stay relevant. So let's say that for some reason, some piece of technology changes or the service offering changes that's in the market. We don't just keep doing that same thing that we booked in, 6 months previous or 12 months ago or 5 years ago. We have to make sure that we are updating it and keeping the clients aware of these changes, because these touch points are perfect ways to provide value and also, once again, upsell people into other options.
Yeah, and it really keeps your client base nice and tight, nice and strong, and that's your greatest asset.
Yeah,
and you see that when it comes to valuation of business and things like that. It's like your client base is your proven history. It's like, how many clients have you serviced? What is the overall satisfaction rating there? And it's way easier to sell to someone who's already had a great experience with you than to sell to someone who doesn't know that you exist.
Yeah, speaking of selling, you talked about valuations there. Businesses are worth infinitely more if you can show future projections. And it's not just a projection, but it's, hey, we actually have $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 worth of work booked in that you're just going to be able to roll straight into.
Want more? Catch the full episode on your favorite podcast platform now.